If you started and quit more than 3 side hustles, stop and watch this entire video. Your search for the perfect side hustle ends today. I'm Phil, and over the past decade, I've built multiple online businesses that have generated over $10 million in sales. Now, I've had my fair share of flops, failed launches, and ideas that have gone nowhere. But each one of those failures taught me exactly what not to do and what actually works. Now, the difference between where I am today and where you might be now isn't luck. It's understanding 3 critical mistakes that most people make when they start a side hustle and the simple formula that actually works. So here's how this video is going to help you. I'll show you the 3 biggest side hustle mistakes that keep you stuck. Number 3 is the worst of them all. I'll reveal exactly how to find the perfect side hustle for you. I'll explain how to create a vision that actually works. And I'll share the one thing that finally made everything click for me. Now, by the end of this video, you will have a clear path to your last side hustle. Now, this is going to be the one that actually sticks. So let's get into it. Now, the first mistake that keeps most people trapped in the side hustle cycle is chasing trends that they know absolutely nothing about. You know the routine. You're scrolling through social media or combing through YouTube videos, and you see someone making thousands through drop shipping or affiliate marketing or YouTube automation. So you jump in and you're thinking, this is it. But here's the problem. You're starting with precisely 0 knowledge in a field that is already extremely competitive. And here's why this approach fails. Now, learning any new skill takes a minimum of 20 hours of focused practice. Now, if you're a mid to late career professional with a family and responsibilities, where exactly are you going to find those 20 hours? And by the way, 20 hours is just to reach basic competence. We're not talking about mastery here. So the cycle ends up looking like this. You start, you struggle, you hate it, you quit, and then you repeat the whole cycle again. And unfortunately, with each failure, your confidence just takes another hit. But the deeper issue is your motivation. If you're only starting a side hustle to escape something, so that could be a job you hate or a debt, rather than to build something meaningful, you'll simply quit at the first sign of difficulty. Now, remember this, money does not mean happiness if you hate what you're doing. Now, the second critical mistake is believing that you need multiple side hustles running simultaneously. Now, social media gurus love telling you that you need 2 to 3 side hustles running at the same time to replace your salary. But just think about this logically. If you struggle to manage, say, 1 full-time job, then how on earth are you possibly going to manage 2 to 3 businesses on the side? Now, admittedly, I made this mistake early on in my journey when I first started selling on eBay. Now, I turned that into a 6-figure a year business within 12 months. But around about the same time, Amazon FBA was quickly becoming flavor of the month, and I got distracted. Now, while I did end up finding success in both of those businesses, I would have grown a hell of a lot faster if I just focused on one. The harsh truth is that one well-run business is all you need. If you divide your energy between multiple ventures, someone who is laser focused on just one thing will outperform you every single time. Now, this isn't just theory. I've seen it happen repeatedly to people I've helped over the years. Those who pick one business model and stick with it consistently outperform those who try and spread themselves thin, which leads us onto the most devastating mistake of all, giving up too soon. Now, most people quit at predictable intervals, 3 weeks, 3 months, or 6 months in. Just when momentum starts to build, they abandon ship and jump onto the next shiny opportunity. Just have a think about how long it has taken you to reach your current income level. You've likely spent years in university and then even more years climbing the career ladder. Now, building a business doesn't require that much time, but it does require long-term thinking. Now, if you've tried and failed at side hustles before, here's what you need to understand. Any of those attempts could have succeeded if you just stuck with them for long enough. Now, your skills and experience already have tremendous value. What you need to do is you need to package them up and give them time to grow. Now, whatever you do, do not let short-term thinking destroy your long-term potential. The side hustle that finally works for you might well be the very next one that you try, if you commit to seeing it through. Okay, now you understand what doesn't work. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about what does work. Now, I mentioned before that your skills and experience have tremendous value. So what we're going to do is unearth everything that you're already good at. Now, this process works for absolutely anyone, and it starts by looking at 6 key areas of your life: personal background, career and work experience, key life events, struggles and frustrations, interests and obsessions, goals and dreams. Now, I've created a completely free resource for you called the My Story Niche Finder template. Now, it will help you extract everything needed from each of the 6 areas that I just mentioned. Then it's going to use AI to help you find a niche based on your story, your skills, your life experience, and the people that you'd be excited to help. Now, once you've identified your potential business ideas using the Niche Finder template, don't just go and rush into execution. First, you must get clear on your vision. Now, unfortunately, too many people build businesses that basically trap them in a new type of prison. So let me explain. They escape their 9 to 5 only to create for themselves a 24/7 nightmare that demands even more of their time and more of their energy. So instead, ask yourself this: what do I want my life to look like? How do I want to spend my time? And who do I want to spend it with? And then you want to determine what income is actually required to fund that life. And I can almost guarantee it will be a lot less than you think. So my online business gives me the complete freedom to be fully present with my wife and my children and live life on my own terms. And now I help other people create that same freedom. So where time, money, and family don't have to compete. Build a business to support your ideal lifestyle, not one that works against it. So if you want freedom, you're not going to go ahead and build a business that needs 100 employees and constant oversight. And remember this, it's okay if your first business ends up evolving into something else. Just start in the right direction based on your vision. Remember, your vision is like a compass, not a detailed map. Now, the final piece of the puzzle, and this is ultimately what made the biggest difference for me, is committing to one business and getting help. You need to understand this. You're not failing because of your side hustle choice. You're failing because you keep quitting. Any side hustle you choose can work as long as you stick with it. But once you've chosen your direction and you've committed to something, you must get help from those that are further ahead than you. Every time I've made a huge leap of progress, it's always followed a mastermind or a program or some sort of coaching, some form of education from people that have been further ahead than me. Because at the end of the day, that is the ultimate shortcut, which leads me on to a critical warning. Don't take business advice from people who have never built a business. And by that, I mean your well-meaning friends, family, and potentially co-workers. They might actually be some of your biggest obstacles. Instead, surround yourself with people who are doing what you want to do, because their success will pull you forward and their experience will save you from many costly mistakes. Also, adjust your timeline expectations. Don't expect overnight success. You need to think in terms of months and years instead of days and weeks. Just imagine if you had actually stuck with the very, very first side hustle that you tried. Where would you be now? So let's quickly recap what we've covered. Stop chasing trends with no experience. You have to build on what you already know. Focus on one business, not multiple. Remember, your undivided attention is always going to be your superpower. And commit for the long haul. Success takes time, but it's less than you think. So what do you do now? Well, if you haven't already, download my free Niche Finder template tool. This is going to help you figure out exactly what business to start based on your own experience and knowledge. The link's in the description below. Now, you don't need more YouTube videos. You need a decision and a plan. Your side hustle search ends today, but only if you take action. And I want to help you, but I can't if you don't take that first step. You can do this. I'll see you in the next one.